also now bring up a representative for another secretary who also understands the importance of innovation and also understands the importance of diversity. He himself, Secretary Ernest Moniz, that is again a very familiar face to the people who are in the energy sector because he has a very long history of involvement in both innovation as well as diversity. And again, his commitment is the reason why they saw fit to have one of their representatives join us today. And so I want to have Natasha Campbell, who is here, the Secretary's advisor, and again, someone who again is a demonstration of that type of diversity that we need to see more of in our energy sector. So let us give a round of applause for Ms. Campbell, who is representing Secretary Moniz.
Good evening. My name is Natasha Campbell, and I serve as the Senior Advisor to the Secretary of Energy. I am honored to be here tonight representing Secretary Moniz, who unfortunately could not be here. We are here to salute the insightfulness of legislators who are focused on 21st century energy jobs. They have been working to ensure the promise that careers in energy offered to American workers is made available to all workers, particularly those in minority and underrepresented communities. I want to thank our co-sponsors, PEPCO, Chevron, ABE, Interstate National Gas Association, and Thorpe Energy Services for the energy and focus that you bring to this issue. I was privileged to participate earlier this month in the ABE conference in Charlotte, North Carolina. Paula did a great job in putting on what I thought was an amazing conference where industry stakeholders came together to discuss these very issues that are so very important to us. I would like to recognize the members of Congress here tonight and highlight a special initiative that came from a conversation between Congressman Bobby Rush and our Secretary Moniz, and that's our Minorities in Energy initiative. This groundbreaking program aims to engage diverse Americans in energy sector opportunities through STEM education, workforce development, economic development, and climate change. Congressman Rush is an official ambassador for the initiative, along with other key leaders in industry, government, academia, and the nonprofit sectors. Secretary Moniz is very passionate and is very focused on ensuring that as the energy sector grows and becomes more diverse, so does the pool of qualified workers that gets jobs in the energy sector. This requires bridging the gap between industry needs and the workers interested in the high-skill, high-wage jobs of today's energy sector. Earlier this year, the Secretary kicked off a groundbreaking initiative at the department, which we're calling our Energy Job Strategy Council. That council's activities are organized around three primary pillars: providing good data, economic development, and workforce development. We believe that there is a need to provide better data regarding where the jobs are in the energy sector so that we can forecast and scope and impact and look at the opportunities in energy employment in the American economy. The department has a wealth of technical assistance, tools, and financial resources. We want to make these tools available to better link to the economy, link them to economic development planners at both the state level, the local level, and the regional level, the folks who really need them in order to create jobs. The final pillar focuses on workforce development, which is a big focus of this group. We want to ensure that there is a pipeline of qualified workers by deploying workforce development initiative focused on job-driven training with particular emphasis on underrepresented populations, veterans, and disadvantaged communities. My colleague David Foster and I have been tasked by the Secretary with leading these activities at the department, which is made up of representatives of all DOE agencies across the complex, including the laboratories. It is a formidable task, so I am pleased to share this evening with individuals similarly committed to this task. I would like to expand just a moment on the goals of the economic and workforce development pillars of the Council. On economic development, we are developing an energy jobs toolkit. The toolkit will consolidate and make many technical assistant tools that have been developed by the department and its laboratories more readily available to the economic development planners at the state, local, and regional levels. We are also standing up an outreach team to go out and help development planners identify and utilize the appropriate tools from the kit. In the longer run, we envision a grants program for state energy jobs coordinators. The workforce development component of the council seeks to address the gaps between the skills of available workers and those sought by employers. Working with the Interdepartmental White House Skills Working Group and our industry partners, we are analyzing the job skills necessary for entry-level and mid-level jobs in the energy sector and mapping career pathways for upward mobility. We are implementing recruitment and training solutions to the skills gap with particular focus on eliminating barriers to entry by individuals, especially individuals in underrepresented communities as well as tribal communities. We want those individuals to be first in line for the opportunities in education, apprenticeship programs, and other training so they fully benefit from this tremendous opportunity to participate in the economic energy future of our great nation. Thank you for the opportunity to share our activities, and thank you for all that you do for the energy sector and making this a more diverse workforce.
Again, I think that it is clearly evident that Secretary Moniz commits himself to making sure that our nation's energy workforce is diverse by not only bringing aboard people who are representative of the diverse community, but people who are also excellent. And this is something that we also, make sure that we emphasize, is that oftentimes folks tend to think that, by diversifying, that means that you have to, also compromise on quality. But that, as we know, is absolutely not only not the case, but in fact, as we can see by all those folks who have come up and talked today, is actually in many, many cases the actual opposite and reverse of what's going on. And that's what we have to promote. We have to let people know that it is profitable to invest in diversity, period. There are studies that suggest just that the companies who are the most diverse are also the most profitable. And again, I think that the energy industry, which is again making a big investment in embracing both innovation and diversity, is again going to be clearly on the cusp of the prosperity as a result of that investment. And so we thank the industry for that investment.